Ben McKee and Patrick Brown of GoVols 24/7 here inside of Neyland Stadium with our no-huddle following Tennessee's 33-27 loss to Oklahoma, a loss for Tennessee in which it will be kicking itself for quite some time. Credit to Oklahoma the last quarter and a half for finding a way to make sure that they did win that game, but it's one that Tennessee again will be kicking itself for quite some time because it was self-inflicted wound after self-inflicted wound.
Yeah, I know everybody's mad. First of all, it's good to see you back.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Let's all not lose. I know everybody's mad, but let's not lose side of what's important in life. But if you are mad about this game, you should be, because Tennessee you can't play this way and expect to beat good teams and be in the college football playoff. That was what was on, that was the stakes of this game. 3 losses now, you're not going to make the postseason, so that makes the last few weeks here after this open it really interesting. But at one point it was 220 to 30 something in yards, and Tennessee led 10-7. Just complete wastefulness of the first half. Tennessee should have been out of sight, out of mind by the middle of the second quarter if it finished its drives, but just too many mistakes, too many breakdowns, and just not good enough. Josh Heupel said after the game, we just didn't play smart football, and that's been a recurring theme of this team all season. They have the talent, they have the ability, they have the drive. They kept playing till the very end, but when you make this many mistakes, they didn't make them last week. That was Kentucky. But, it's the same song and dance from 2 weeks ago against Alabama, where they just made too many mistakes to expect to win against a good team. And Oklahoma, it's like in Moneyball. If your enemy's making mistakes, don't interrupt them. That's what Oklahoma did. They got out of here with a really important win.
Well, and what's frustrating if you're Tennessee is that the defense finally played better football.
For 2.5 quarters.
Yes, it did. But, I still look at the offense for wasting a strong defensive performance, even if it was 2.5 quarters or not. The game, they should have had a multiple score lead going into halftime because the defense played really, really well in the first half.
Well, Josh Heupel said afterwards, you play well defensively, you go up 16 points because your offense, you have a breakdown of protection, you give up a sack fumble the other way. That was a turning point early in this game. 7 minutes in this game, because Tennessee had started fast. They get the touchdown, they get a stop, the crowd's into it, and then you're driving again to go up 10-0 or 14-0, and you give up a sack fumble, scoop, and score a touchdown, and that changes the game. And then it just kept going from there. You miss a field goal. You have a couple of interceptions in the first half from Joey Aguilar. One, he said he didn't see maybe they switched up the coverage on him and he didn't see the safety. And then he just threw it off his back foot under pressure, and he was under pressure a lot, and Tennessee didn't really run the ball well tonight. So it was the offense in the first half that was the reason Tennessee was not ahead by more. And then in the second half, they gave up over 250 yards. Couldn't get a stop on defense. Kind of got back to form, but even then it was back and forth. The offense had a couple of 3-and-outs. Just nothing really went well, and Tennessee's here wondering what if.
Yeah, wondering what if for sure. You mentioned something that I also thought was a key. You had the turnovers with Joey Aguilar throwing interceptions, but the inability to run the football, I think, just really complicated things for the passing game. And Joey had some nice throws here and there, but I didn't think he really saw the field well all game long. And so you pair that with the inability to run the football, and you get what you got tonight.
Yeah, he was very up and down, and Oklahoma did, they pressured him. They hit him a lot. I'll be interested to see what the pressure numbers were. They had 3 sacks early in the game. A couple of those were, as Tennessee was driving, and it halted the momentum of those drives. And one of them led directly to a touchdown, and then the other one, got them back after they got in the red zone. So, Oklahoma's defense was making Tennessee. They just never really looked like they got comfortable. And then even, we got to talk about the 4th down play in the fourth quarter. I asked Josh Heupel about after the game. He said, they're pretty good in those situations.
So we had 1 yard.
We had a play we thought worked. They got a guy open. You got to throw and catch. It's the little things. These games are won and lost in the margins, and Tennessee made way too many mistakes in the margins to win tonight.
And now you look ahead, and you're going to miss the playoffs. And so I think with the fact that you're going to miss the playoffs, Josh Heupel's going to have to pull off his most impressive coaching job of the season. I know that kind of sounds weird because you're not coaching to make the playoffs, but in today's day and age of what are we playing for, you think folks are mad about losing tonight's game. I don't care if you're not playing for a playoff spot. Go lose in the swamp again. Go lose to Vandy. Folks will be even more mad about those losses. So, it's going to be on the leadership council of this team to make sure that they stick together and make sure that they really don't end the season on a sour note, because things could really get worse. I don't care if you're playing for a playoff spot or not.
Yeah, and this is going to be new territory for Tennessee, because this is only the second season of the 12-team playoff, and this is New Mexico State's going to be the first time where they really take the field, and that's not really on the table. All last year you're playing those games that matter, and that's what this expanded playoff does. It makes games like this, where in the past these two teams, the stakes wouldn't be as high. So we'll have to see. Heupel said it's kind of like life. You gotta, how you handle things that go bad is kind of how life is, and he expects them to keep working and keep responding. But it's going to be on leadership, and it'll be interesting to see. And we'll just have to. Everybody will have a week to stew on it, and then we'll see what they look like when they play New Mexico State, and then after that.
And in the meantime, we'll have plenty of coverage of Tennessee football's frustrating loss to Oklahoma up at the site at GoVols247.com. It was a big recruiting weekend as well. A lot of important recruits in the building. Ryan Callahan's off talking to those recruits as we speak, so we'll have recruiting coverage, as always, up at the site in addition to our game coverage. For Patrick Brown, I'm Ben McKee.